Okay, well, happy Friday morning to you all. It's going to be a Rebel Commute Friday. A dirty Rebel Commute. You can see how dirty that rear wheel is. I haven't given this thing a bath since I came back from my road trip up to Annapolis. It's been that long. I've given it a little dry bath, you know, wipe it down with the Honda Pro spray polish cleaner stuff, but it hasn't had a bath. Anyway, the weather's fantastic today, and it's supposed to turn crappy tomorrow, so definitely want to get out for a work commute on a bike today. We're supposed to have a storm, or at least a cold front coming through, maybe some rain with it tonight into tomorrow, Saturday, and then our Sunday looks a little bit better, but Saturday looks like it's going to be kind of crappy. So, I'm rolling on to today. I had the Riker out for a couple of commutes. Got it back, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. I got sick. I wasn't riding much for a couple weeks or more. And then now I'm feeling somewhat human again. Back to 90%, I would say. Still have a lot of residual chest congestion that I'm trying to get out of there. It's not really like a cough fest or anything, but I can feel it rattling around when I breathe, and that irritates me and I end up coughing. Anyway, good old C19. I don't know which variant it was that I caught, but I'm quite sure I had one of them. Just based on the symptoms, you know, full-on flu symptoms. So it could have been the flu, I guess, but you know, with the deep chest congestion, that seems more like it was C19. But yeah, I mean, it went straight to my chest. I was like, oh crap, this isn't going to be any fun. And I was correct. It sucked. Giant bag of suck. So anyway, I'm back and trying to work. I was off for like 2.5 weeks because of that. And now I'm behind on everything, and everyone's getting mad at me because I'm not getting to their tasks quickly enough. I understand. Business is business. They have to march on. I totally get it. So just the way the world works. So I finished editing and posting my Annapolis trip videos. Crunched them down as much as I could. It was a ton of ride footage, most of it boring. And unfortunately, the day that I was riding with Ben, my cameras were really on the fritz. I had my 360 mounted over here. My chin cam was screwing up. Everything was screwing up. I don't know what the deal was. I'm kind of accustomed to the GoPro 7 that I'm using, the 7 Black. It'll overheat if I'm not moving fast enough. If I'm in stop and go traffic and it's hot, it'll overheat. They don't play well at 4K. They just get too hot and shut themselves down, or lock up and corrupt all your footage, which is what was happening to me. But the Max 360 that I have, it's normally pretty well behaved, and even it was messing up. So I managed to salvage some of the footage and toss that out there for people to watch. You know, most of my ride series don't get that many views, except for the diehards, you know, true motorcyclists like you, people that enjoy just watching the rides and getting the POV ride along, you know, that kind of thing. So for all of you out there that watch those ride series videos, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I don't do that, you know, any of this for money, really. And the ride videos really make the least revenue of all, because they don't get enough views or click-throughs, or the advertisers just aren't interested in placing ads in there or whatever. So you know, I could spend 20 or 30 hours editing and posting those videos, and I might get $5. It's pretty sad, but you know, again, it's just about sharing the ride, you know, the experience of being out there touring the country on 2 wheels, or 3, whatever I happen to be on. Just enjoy sharing it with other like-minded folks. I need to get into this one again and start doing a little bit more project stuff on it. I still haven't swapped these Kijima bars. I hate these bars, they suck. So I'm going to be putting the factory bars back on it. And I've got a set of Rox risers. God, jeez, dude. I haven't ever tried to fit those Rox risers. I think they're the 1 3/4 inch or maybe 2 inch rise, and I'm just going to cant them back a little bit, and I think all my cables will be fine. I might have to reroute a couple of them, but I'll figure it out. I know Gus on the Rebel 11, he has the rocks risers on his bike, and I don't know what the height was. I think he said they were pretty tall, like 3 inch or 2.5 inch, something like that. But he's got them on his bike, and that's what he did, is he angled them back just to get the bars closer. And he had some cable routing issues, so I need to go back through his video and check that out and see what he had to do. Mainly it was just routing, I think, the control cables down here. You guys probably can't see it, but the stuff that goes to the gauge, I think he had to go over the bars instead of under, or vice versa. I don't know what it was. As long as the hydraulic lines aren't a problem for the brakes, then I'm not concerned about it. And I may end up getting the blast barrier off of here and putting the factory bat wing on. I still haven't decided. I was really hoping that somebody would make an all plexi, you know, smoked plexi like this, a little bit thicker so it's rigid, and have, you know, deflectors that come out here kind of close to the hand grips, but not really in front of it, just to give a little bit wider coverage to it and knuckle protection. And then I never did the last Thunder exhaust, Coffman's Thunder. They sent me another one right before one of my road trips. I can't remember which one it was, late last year, October-ish. So it might have been, I think it was the Annapolis trip right at the beginning of October. The guys at Coffman sent me another one to test, a prototype, or not even a prototype, it was a production unit. And I haven't even unboxed that thing. I feel so bad. They sent that out to me. I just didn't have time before that trip, and then it fell into, you know, cobwebs in the garage. Totally forgot about it. And I was cleaning up the garage a few days ago and saw that box and went, oh crap, forgot. I'm not 100% enthused about drilling out this rivet and doing it all over again just for the demo, but I'll do that. I'll throw that straight back Thunder on here and see how it looks. If I really like it, I'll keep it. But I don't know, I just kind of like that shorty, the stubby appearance to the side of it. I think it looks pretty good on this bike. But I'll do another install and brief sound demo of the Thunder, and I'll probably box that thing back up and do a giveaway on the channel. Man, the weather's fantastic out here. It's like 62, 64. Oh, it feels fantastic. I need to take all of my bikes, or most of my bikes, over to Wild West and start doing my state inspections again, because I've got at least 10, maybe 12 bikes that are out of inspection registration right now. They all hit right around the beginning of the year. December through February is when most of them hit, because that's when I bought my bikes. Historically, so I've got a couple that expire kind of in the middle of the year, but I'm strategically not registering those, letting them go for a few months. That way I can kind of get all the registrations close together within like a 2-month span, just so it's easier for me to manage mentally and remember, you know, when they need done. They've been scattered all through the year for a long time, and it's just annoying, hard to remember. I will be thinning the herd this year. Discussed that, I think, in a few posts online, you know, comments and things like that, but I've not really discussed it on the channel here. I'm going to probably thin down to about 10, maybe 12 bikes, which is still a ton, but that's half of what I have now, because if I count everything that's in the garage, including a couple of project bikes that I've got, a couple of 4 project bikes, I've got 24 machines, 24 bikes. I don't need 24 bikes. And if I'm going to add anything else to the stable this year, I've definitely got to thin that out, because I don't have the time to ride them. Not enough butts. If I had people that want to come down and visit me and ride the bikes, and we go on group rides using my fleet, hey, that'd be fun. I'd keep them around, but I never set out to see how many bikes I could own at one time. It's kind of ended up that way, because I'm busy and I don't like selling them if they're not 100% ready to go. So it's a time issue. With the way that the bike and shipping crisis and, you know, everything, the whole shipping distribution crisis has been over the last couple of years now. Used motorcycle prices have gone through the roof. They're crazy. not necessarily for trade-in value, because the dealers are still going to try to make a bunch of money on you, but private value sales, they're really high. You can barely get used bikes for the price of new bikes these days. And new bikes are hard to get because the shipping stuff has been all messed up. Most of my bikes I've gotten at pretty good deals, price-wise. I'm a sucker for a deal, so I usually get used bikes at really good prices, at least up until, COVID a couple years ago. So I would get new old stock or overstock bikes that were sitting around at the dealer for really good prices, or I would get a private party sale, for a good price. So a lot of my bikes I have, people look at it and go, geez, you got a lot of bikes, it's a whole lot of money in bikes, and not really. I mean, 5 of my bikes might equal 1 car, if that. So just depends on priorities and how you place your money. And fuel is getting expensive now. It's all over the news lately. They're talking about a 40-year high on inflation as far as year-to-year or year-over-year inflation. They're seeing the highest gain that we have had in 40 years here in the U.S. And our gas prices, fuel prices, are reflecting that. I think the national average is $3.60 a gallon or something like that as of today, which is low compared to other countries, but it's pretty high for here, at least compared to where it was last year. It's like 90 cents higher today versus 1 year ago today, so it's a pretty big difference. And it doesn't show any signs of slowing down. It looks like we're on a steady climb for quite a while, at least as far as oil prices and fuel and electricity and all that. So bikes start making a lot more sense to people. I gotta think over 90% of the cars out here that you see, especially the trucks and the SUVs, single occupant, one person driving that 5,000-pound cage. It's not efficient. It's not a great way to commute. It's very wasteful. And when you're only getting 15 to 20 miles to the gallon on average, through city commutes and mixed city highway kind of travel, you stop to fill up your car once or twice a week at $70. It takes a pretty good dent out of the wallet. People switch over to bikes, getting 40, 50 miles to the gallon or higher. You can cut your fuel costs in half right there, and you get to use the HOV for free most of the time if you have HOV lanes in your state. Unfortunately, very few states allow lane filtering. That's only a California thing right now, but we still do it when we have to. Yeah, you get into smaller commuter bikes, scooters and small displacement bikes. Hell, you can see almost triple-digit fuel economy, 100 miles to the gallon. I don't know what that works out in kilometers per liter, but I'll throw that up on the screen here. My CB500 series bikes get 65 to 70 usually around town, mixed city highway commute like this. And then the little scoots like the PCX 150 and stuff like that, they're insane. They get 100. The little NAVI, I haven't ridden much lately. Just, again, I was sick, and I'm waiting for my gold plug to come in. I ordered a different gold plug. I just wanted to have all the supplies ready when I do it. That way I don't have to do it twice. I had originally got the MP01 because that's what all the other Hondas take. But I cross-referenced the OEM drain plug number and figured out what the equivalent gold plug is, and it's a slightly different one. It's basically the same thread, same length, but it has a reduced head, so the head is smaller. I don't know if the whole circumference of it is smaller or if it's just the socket cap portion, but instead of a 17 millimeter, it's a 12, and that is the MP01T Tango. So thread my way through here and get out. So I ordered that. I think it's supposed to be in today. I'm not sure. So maybe I can do the oil change this weekend. First oil change. There have been plenty of other people that have done it on YouTube now, so I'll go ahead and film it and show what I'm doing, but it'll be a much shorter video just kind of a results video instead of an instructional, because there were plenty of other people doing it now. But I'll check the condition of the oil. I may, if I'm impatient, I may go ahead and rip the the air fuel screw cap off of the top of that thing, so I can reset my air fuel mixture and see if that helps my NAVI's idling problems, because it is very annoying. That's another kind of serious gripe that I've had since I got it. Voiced my opinion on that. Stumbling and dying at every stoplight really pisses me off. It's inexcusable. Honda really dropped the ball on jetting that thing properly. I don't know if it's just manufacturing screw-ups that they did there in Mexico, or bad quality control on the assembly line, or what, but I mean, come on, you got a brand new bike that will not idle? Come on, really? Fix that. So, I don't know, if I can't wait until the 600-mile service, which is still about 250 miles in the future, then I'll go ahead and drill that little cap out, and I'll pull the screw. It doesn't have a slot in it. You have to use something else to try to get it. It's got like 4 little divots on the corners, but I'll get the screw out of there, and I'll slot it with a Dremel and put it back in and reset. So anyway, I've arrived at the client site here. I'll shut the vlog down and hopefully rejoin you this afternoon for return commute. Catch y'all later. Okay, well, welcome back to my day in progress, everybody. It's Friday afternoon. I'm headed on my way back out. Ooh, don't you come through. Back out to Katy. I saw somebody sitting there about to squeak through. We got another scoot. Cool. Zuma. All right. From Wild West. All right. So, unfortunately, it's not going to be a relaxing weekend for me. I've got work stacked up all weekend long, including Monday, Valentine's Day. I guess that's 14th. So, I was hoping to get out and ride a little bit. I might be able to squeak in a ride through the weekend sometime, but not going to be a moto camp kind of weekend for me, unfortunately. So I was just brainstorming on the way back. Didn't really talk much, just in my head. I was thinking about meetups and things like that. You guys let me know if you'd be interested in doing a meetup here in the kind of southern Texas area. I don't know if it needs to be Houston or Katy in particular, but wouldn't mind arranging a meetup of my subscribers and just people that enjoy getting out and riding a little bit. Again, my riding tastes are a little different than a lot of people because I do longer trips and I do moto camping. But, you know, even a day meet or something like that could be kind of fun. Gather up a bunch of people, sit around and talk, compare notes about bikes, whatever. I guess I could figure out what kind of bike I'm going to take to the meet before it totally shapes up. So we could do multiple meets, maybe, like a big bike meetup, small bikes, scooters, whatever, you know. Just whoever's interested in coming along. And I guess depending on what kind of bikes are the flavor of the day, or the kind of the focus of that meetup would depend on or determine where we go, what kind of riding, whether it's a longer country ride or just around town, you know, just sit around and eat and drink, meet and greet kind of a deal or whatever. It'll be fun. And then, you know, further down the line, trying to coordinate a larger meet for the Rebel community, or you know, one of the other bike communities, similar to the Life of Birch meetup, and get a bigger, wider audience involved. That would be fun. Have something maybe more central U.S., up near Arkansas, Missouri, something like that, where there's plenty of good twisty roads to ride, things like that. So I've never done a subscriber meetup. I don't even know how to plan it. I know that Birch kind of just put the word out there on social media, and it grew organically from there. So maybe that's how this one will shape up. Planning it is always a bit of a trick for any event, because you can't really count on the weather, especially down here in the Gulf Coast, because it changes on a hour by hour basis pretty much. So hopefully if people would be coming in from longer distances, then the weather would smile upon us and we'd have a good day for riding, temperature, no rain, you know, all that. So maybe toward the end of this month or beginning of March, somewhere before like spring break-ish, maybe I could arrange a meet somewhere here in Texas. So you guys tell me if that sounds interesting, and I'll put the word out, and we'll try to gather up a bunch of our two-wheeled and three-wheeled brethren, sit out and have some fun somewhere, just catch up. It'd be nice to meet a lot of the subscribers face to face. I know quite a few of you from exchanging notes on YouTube, you know, comments and chatting on Discord and things like that, but very few of my subscribers have I met face to face, so that's really neat to meet people. It's a little strange too, because you guys know me, I don't know you. You know me from watching the videos and me talking about stuff I'm doing in life and, you know, trips and all that, but that's a one-way street. I haven't met you yet, and when I'll have people come up to me and go, "Oh yeah, so how did this turn out?" I'm like, try to be polite. Who are you? I don't know who you are. Sorry. That's how it goes. Anyway, I'm home. My day is done for now, for at least, I don't know, 30 minutes. I've got a web conference that I've got to do to interview a new employee for a customer, and after that it's beer 30. So I will catch you all later. Thanks for tagging along.